Welcome, this is your Twin Flame Tarot reading. How are you doing? I am sending you lots of love, lots of peace, wherever you are on Gaia. Right, I basically have got new symbols behind me. I had the pleasure and delight of finding out some interesting spiritual updates yesterday. Some of you might already know about all of this, and I only just literally found out yesterday, but I'm passing it on to you. If you're interested in sacred geometry, there has been information sort of exposed the last few years, which I didn't know about, that basically the flower of life, the original sacred geometry was kind of like, it was an inverted system, and it was basically covering up the true sort of geometry of the universe. Now it's a bit shocking to find this out, really, because I've always loved sacred geometry. But the thing with the sacred geometry, it was based on this, what they call an inverted Metatronic system, and it was all based on Metatron's cube. And I had the symbol behind me recently because, you know, it's very powerful. But what happened with the original sacred geometry was it was starting off with the Vesica Pisces, and it was splitting off, and then it was just constantly expanding. But with that expansion, which then creates the flower of life, which is supposed to be the pattern for creation, it actually ends up fragmenting, because all it does is expand, and it never brings you back to the center of source consciousness. So it leaves creation in what they call a black hole, because it's fragmenting everything off. So there's this newer system, or it's not a new system, it's the real system that got covered up, the real geometry, and it's called the Krystal flower of life. And this is what's behind me here. Okay, now that's the Krystal flower of life, and what happens with it is it can expand, but then it can retract back in. So it expands from the center, the heart center of source consciousness, and then it retracts back down into the center of source consciousness. Yeah, so it's like the beautiful flow of love coming from the cosmic heart and out and then back in. And it's said to kind of recreate, you know, the motion of breathing, you know, as we breathe in and out, and as we expand the love out, but then we always come back to the center, which is consciousness, source, our creator. And that's the real sacred geometry that got covered up by this inverted system. There, you know, I don't really want to go too much into it, because I don't really like to, I think it's duality personally to go into it too much, but there's, like, you know, an agenda, whatever you want to call it, to do with the matrix, to do with the 3D reality. Doesn't want us to obviously transcend the 3D reality, wants to keep us trapped in samsara. So this old sacred geometry was all part of that system to keep people stuck in samsara, because the more you looked at the geometry, it was fragmenting you see, because it was just expanding out, but it never came back to the center. It never brought you back home to source. I hear this is the tree of life, but instead of having the original, well, not the original, the sacred geometry that was disseminated, that we're all familiar with, instead of having that spiral, the Fibonacci spiral, this is the Krystal spiral. And the Krystal spiral has the geometry to go out, expand, and then come back in. Okay, so, and the other spiral, the Fibonacci one, never could never do that. It wasn't designed in that way. So it's just a way of seeing how the matrix has been designed to keep us locked in samsara, to keep us fragmented, so that we never really remember and come home and transcend the 3D reality and come home to our source, you know. And obviously there's a growing awakening on Gaia, and this is why more and more people are now finding out about these types of things. I mean, this is just one example, the geometry that's been hidden, you know, and an inverted system that was there in its place, you know, and it's part of the system that keeps us stuck in this illusionary matrix. So, you know, my thing is we're here to return to source consciousness, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. And so I like to share the information that I find out as I find it out. So there you go. I've got the new symbols behind me. Well, they're not the new, they're the original ones that got hidden from us, basically. So you can look it up on the web, loads of information. Krystal spiral with a K, Krystal flower of life with a K, and Lisa Renee has a blog, lots of information on there about it. Although she does, I don't know, she is doing consciousness work, I believe, definitely, but it's more complicated. her version of consciousness work, it involves a lot of talking, a lot of words, and a lot of different energies, things like that, which if you look at Ramana Maharshi's work and the Indian gurus, they just say that we already are consciousness, and you don't need loads of information. So that's the path I follow, but we all follow different paths. The main point is to get the correct information out there, and not to be kept stuck in samsara, kept stuck in the illusion of the matrix. So, you know, that's what I believe in, and I think that's what most of you believe in as well. Anyway, we're going to go into this reading. It's for the twin flame, and the twin flame is obviously the emotionally avoidant partnership, isn't it? It's the very intense connection. Feel like you're dying because you're so connected to somebody energetically, physically, you know, but they're part of you, but at the same time you're split off into two, and they're the other part of you reflecting back to you, and most of the time the emotionally avoidant person. So let's have a look. Now it might be that this is not to do with the actual twin flame lover, but it's to do with, you know, a very intense connection in your life, a family member, a friend that is you know, emotionally avoidant. Right? So now I did pick a card. Okay, the first card, because I just recorded it a minute ago and then I re-recorded. Romance, feelings, romantic feelings, okay? Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So that's for those of you that the twin flame is, you know, more of a lover, shall we say. It could even just be that your feelings are worth exploring. Your feelings are telling you some form of truth here. Okay? Your feelings are trying to communicate something to you, yeah? Something important. And you need to listen to what they're telling you, basically. Now, 90% of our feelings are actually just pain body to do with karmic patterns. So most of our feelings we should just really ignore. But sometimes we do need to listen to our feelings because they are trying to communicate something about our karmic patterns that we need to hear, that we need to address, that we need to awaken to, yeah? Because that's the whole point of intense relationships, is to help trigger us and then awaken us to our karmic patterns, so that we can shed those and become the true light of consciousness, who we are. So your feelings about this person are real, in the sense that they are trying to tell you something about yourself and about your karmic patterns that you need to shed, okay? But obviously there could be some romantic feelings here that are not really going away. Now, recent past, you've got here the Magician card. So it's like you've been trying to manifest something here. Let's have a look what that is. Whew, interesting. This stemmed from you being triggered about something. You know, you were not happy about something. I'm just moving that there because you can see my washing over the other side. Oh dear. Right, I'm not one of these professional, like, major YouTube channels. Just little Kerry in the corner. Right, now, Knight of Swords. This is triggered. Very triggered energy here. So you've been really triggered by a situation or a person, and you've gone into manifestation mode, right? You've also allowed yourself to go into the unknown, step into unknown territory, not really knowing where this is going to lead you. Where is it going to take me? I really don't know. I'm at the top of the tree of life. I'm holding my hands out to the universe and I'm saying, bring me through whatever source consciousness sees fit. I'm here, I'm waiting, because I can't take any more. You know, that is what's going on. Well, that's what's been going on. Now, what's going on right now is an awakening, and it's probably not what you've been wanting, and it's also your person's going through the same thing. You've not chosen to be in this situation, they've not chosen to be in this situation. You're both having an awakening. This is put on you by spirit. There's a pause in the action. You're being forced to awaken to certain things. We've got the Devil card, so you know, there's been a lot of distractions and toxic energy that just needed to be transcended, and it's like spirit has just put a stopper on this toxic energy, whether it's with the, you know, toxic energy between you and this person, basically, whether they're a lover or somebody else in your life. There's been toxic energy, there's been triggers, and you've just said, right, you know, I just need to take a step back, see what the hell's going on. I cannot continue with this situation the way it is. I have to just take a step back and just open my arms out to source consciousness, to spirit, and say, please bring me whatever you think you need to bring me. And I feel your person's doing the same thing, because I don't think they know what to do either. And then there's just like this thing where spirit is then saying, okay, but we're going to just hold you here so that you can wake up to certain things you need to wake up to. And we're like just going to make you awaken, because we don't want you dropping down into these old toxic habits, whether it was you were arguing with this person a lot, whether it was you were being constantly triggered by this person, whether it was you were being dragged into a lower 3D vibration with this person. Spirit didn't want that carrying on. Now, the person you think about, this person's getting themselves back on track. Look at that Star card. This person's definitely raising their vibration at the moment. I think this person was in quite a toxic place, I'm not going to lie. I think they'd gone into a lot of ego, a lot of selfish behaviours. I'm not condemning anybody. We've all been there. We've all been there. But yeah, I think they were in a lot of toxic patterns and habits, but it's come from suffering. This person has suffered a lot, and that is why they were entering into these toxic behaviors with you, or trying to with you, maybe even with other people. I feel like they wanted control. They wanted to keep you locked in some kind of like sort of samsara suffering. And it was because it's, you know, everything's a projection. Everything is a projection. If you are trying to put suffering on somebody in your life, that is, you're creating that reality. Why are you creating that reality? Because you're suffering. That's what was going on for this person. That's the only reason this person was making you suffer, is because they're suffering. Sorry, it's because they were suffering, right? That's the reason why. That's the reason why, because they were suffering, and they are suffering, and that's why they've been putting this on you, this pain on you, because everything inside themselves is their own reflection. And so yeah, they've been suffering. That's why they were doing this to you. But now they're trying to lift themselves out of this, which is very good news. I think this person's starting to do more high vibrational things again. They're trying to be more focused on their purpose, for sure. Yeah, their ego's dropped a bit, because I think they had a lot of ego, and they thought they were like really ruling the roost. They really thought they were, you know, totally in control of everything. And it's like, boom, you know, they got knocked off that pedestal. You know, you weren't playing ball with them. And that actually shocked the hell out of them. They were like, whoa, I thought I had this person exactly where I wanted them, and now I don't. And they lost a bit of their ego, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's hit them hard, and I think they're very stubborn. They won't admit to you that actually you not playing ball with them has actually properly like knocked their ego. But it's given them a wake-up call, so that they will actually, you know, like step up now to their purpose, and they're a bit more higher vibes now. Now, what does this person think about you? Well, they've been very private about how they feel about you. They basically wanted to keep it all hidden, and they didn't really want to tell you how they felt. I think they were being purposefully very private. What we're seeing here is that they are thinking about you more and more. They're definitely finding it harder to keep it kind of locked down, how they feel. what they're thinking is they've got the star here, but it's in reverse. They know that you are their wishes fulfilled. They know that they rely on you, they want you, whoever you are in their life, whether it's friend, family member, lover, they know that you are really important to them and they want you, but they are still pushing you away, right? They're repressing it, they're suppressing it, but I think they're finding it harder and harder to do that. It's not easy for them to do that. How do they feel? You're going to die. Ace of Cups reversed. You know, they are locking down their heart chakra. This person purposely locks down their heart chakra. You know they do this. You know they do this. And this person's got the biggest heart. They're the biggest softie going. They're the most sensitive. They're the most sensitive person going. Oh my God. This is confirmation. This is absolute confirmation. Look at that. 7 of Swords. I mean, they're a player. They play with you. This person wants to act like they know exactly what they're doing. They want to look all tough and like they're in control, but they're like running away. They're hiding themselves because they don't want people to see their true vulnerabilities. You know, they hide all their true vulnerabilities inside. And this person is such a game player with you. And sometimes you probably even believe it for a second and you think, oh, you know, they don't really need love. They don't really need me in their life. They're so hard, but they're not. They're just playing games. They're playing games big time. They've got the biggest, softest heart. And this person really need, like, if anything, you're probably stronger than them. How do they want to move forward? Well, this is what came up before, I'm sure of it. 10 of Wands. You know, how do they want to move forward? They want to basically, like, you know, they want to do everything by themselves. They don't want to ask for help. They don't want to sort of like delegate and reach out to you and say, actually, do you know what? I'm struggling. They're struggling, I'm telling you now, because look at the amount of crap they're carrying. Excuse my language. The amount of rubbish they're carrying, it's huge. I mean, it's massive. And they're breaking their back. They're going to drop all their luggage. They're going to drop their baggage. They can't carry on like this, you know. Spirit is telling them time and time again, you need to put down your load. You need to look at what you're doing. You're going to kill yourself, like carrying on the way you are. But they don't want to listen. Now, the only thing is, come hell or high water, they will get where they want to get to. This person is very, very determined. They may not... well, let's see. Yeah. The Ace of Swords reversed. They don't want to communicate at the moment. They're not ready to buckle. This person's not ready to give in yet and admit that they've screwed up, basically. They're not ready to look you in the eye and be vulnerable and say, actually, yeah, do you know what? This is a total waste of my time. I have got feelings for you, or I do need you in my life. I need your support. I am struggling. I really like connecting with you. You are somebody in my life that's really important. I do value you. I know I've screwed up. They're not ready to say those things. Okay, so there's something here to do with breaking karmic patterns. Making a decision. So there is a resistance here to breaking karmic patterns. They're going to be making a choice. Let's pick one more card there, because this is what's hidden that you don't see. I mean, this is horrible. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It looks like they've had a really hard time. And it looks like they're going to try to leave the bad times behind. But I don't know if that's walking towards you or just like walking away. Because we've got here the 8 of Cups. And that person's definitely had a hard time. They're going to make a decision to walk away from their hard times. There's this thing about them needing to break karmic patterns, but they're resisting it, which is obvious. It's so obvious. Oh my God. 10 of Swords. Ending. Ending. Painful ending. over the worst of it, over the worst of it. Pick one more card. What does this mean? Oh my God, resistance. Oh, tarot. The tarot will not. There's a resistance. Freaking hell. Freaking hell. They're resisting. I know they're resisting. Why are you not showing us more? Why are they not showing us more? I don't know why. The advice from Spirit, don't get distracted. Do not get distracted. Don't, right now, to try and get this person's attention or to deal with this person, please, 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 do not lower your vibration. Do not get dragged into arguments with them. Do not get dragged into drama with them. You must stay high vibe. You must stay in the heart chakra. You must stay heart-centered. Shine the light of source consciousness. Don't let this person distract you back into old toxic patterns just because you want a connection with them, or say like they're just trying to get attention from you in a negative way, and then you know they're just trying to get you back into drama. You must stay firm. You must stay very, very firm in the light of consciousness. Remember, this person is part of the matrix, and the matrix is always trying to keep you stuck in the illusion of suffering. You must now be the guru. You know, be your own guru and say, no, I am not resorting back to toxic patterns. I am not resorting back to a lower vibrational energy. If this person wants to be in my life, I will always have the door open with love in my heart, but I will not enter into any lower vibrational interactions. You know, I am here, and if they want me, they have to meet me here at this place of source, you know. Because they are kicking and screaming like a little baby. Kicking and screaming like a little baby. Yeah, you have to surrender. Queen of Swords really puts the boundaries in reverse. This is surrender. This is like you have to leave this to Spirit. Like we said with the Magician card, this is what you've decided to do, and you know this is what you've decided to do. To say, if I lose this person out of my life, so be it. If this person is not for me, this is down for Spirit to now decide, because I cannot do this to myself anymore. I have to open myself up to the universe and say, universe, I'm here. Bring me through from the etheric reality, whatever is meant for me, a match for my vibrational energy. And if this person, no matter how much I care about them, no matter how much they mean to me, if they are not for me, they will walk away, possibly. I shouldn't really show you this card because it's horrible to think of them walking away, I know. But, you know, they're thinking. They are thinking about their pain. They're thinking, and they know it's all coming to an end, and they're just not sure what they're doing. They haven't made their mind up. They definitely haven't made their mind up yet. They're certainly not going to be vulnerable at the moment. They're not going to admit defeat at the moment, because that's how they see it. They see coming towards you with truth, authenticity in the heart as a weakness, as like, because it's their ego won't let them do it. That their ego won't let them admit to you where they've wronged you, where they've made the mistakes, you know, and they just want to keep you trapped in the illusion, the drama, and they want to see if you're going to resort back to it. But you are now surrendering to Spirit, and you're saying, no, I'm not doing it, and if I lose this person, I lose them. You know, that's the difference now. Like, this is us standing in our power as a collective on this channel. My soul family, you know, we're not doing this anymore. Oh my God, the outcome, the Chariot, Jesus. I mean, that could be anything. That could be us just like moving on. I'll tell you one thing with the Chariot, it is mastery. It is mastery of emotions, because you won't, when you're in the Chariot, there's no way anyone's going to manipulate you. You're not going to be manipulated back into old patterns. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, this person needs to either step up or they're going to step out. And that is down to Spirit to decide, because everything's in the divine karmic plan anyway. But if you read chapter 9, Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, Enlightened Relationships, doesn't matter what type of relationship this is, could be twin flame, whatever, it's a very intense connection. And read that chapter again and again and again, because it will tell you in there the same thing every time you read it. When you're observing someone in lower consciousness energy, do not drop your energy to meet them. Stay in the higher vibration. And I know that can be very painful to do. So sometimes we do slip back into the old toxic patterns with people, we get back involved in the drama, we get back involved in trying to fix them, we get back involved in trying to give them unconditional love, even though we know it's not doing a damn difference to that person. We get involved in chasing, we get involved in doing things that we think will make them happy, all of that stuff. And we know it's not really the right thing to do. Our soul, our spirit, I don't like the word soul, our spirit knows that that is not aligned with the heart vibration. So this is us gaining our mastery and saying, no, okay, let's see, one more card. That's right, Page of Swords reversed. You know, that is a challenging idea. It's a challenging idea. I think we're not quite ready to move on completely. I think the door is still open here. But it's not time for communication from our side. This is just about surrendering to what spirit thinks is the best thing. But we are definitely saying we're not going into toxic patterns with people. You know, what is going on with this person? I think if you want my honest opinion from what I'm seeing in these cards, and I'm not going to lie to you, I think they are so shut down with the heart chakra, and it's that they're being an idiot, if you want my honest opinion. Now, we do that when we're in a lot of pain, you know, and we think we're doing the right thing. The heart chakra shuts down. But they're going to seriously regret this. Oh my God, look. I don't know what to say to you. I was just going to say, this person, what I see in these cards is somebody who literally doesn't know what to do. They're just shutting down the heart chakra. They're just trying to take on their own life and all their problems themselves. It's breaking their back. But they literally, I just think they just don't know what to do. They just, they think they know what they're doing, but they don't, right? They think they know what they're doing, but they don't really know what they're doing. The only thing this person really knows is to sort of play games, really, because they just don't want to feel pain. And when you've got a lot of pain, right, you know this, we all know this. When you've got a lot of pain body, it's so horrible, you don't want to feel anything. You don't want to feel anything. So kind of having a serious conversation with somebody that you care about, or yeah, it's just gonna get you in touch with feelings. And I don't think this person at the moment can deal with feelings. Do you see what I mean? So they don't know what to say to you, but there's definitely feelings there. 100% there's feelings there, but they don't know what to do about it. Let's pick a consciousness card for us. Oh. Yeah. Oh my God, look at that. Don't let their unconscious energy pull you down. Do you see what I mean? This is the thing. That is the main message really for us, is we must keep we are here to shine the light of consciousness as a collective. That's your ultimate purpose why you're here. Your ultimate purpose is not to do with this person. Oh God. Oh God. Passion. Oh dear. Oh, there's so much. There is, even if this person is a family member or friend, there is an intensity of the connection that this person can't. This is the thing, they're locking it down. They are totally suppressing at the moment. I don't know how long they can suppress it for. I feel like that surely they're gonna just explode sooner or later. Look at that, love. Love. Stay in the heart chakra, stay in the higher vibes. This person is not going to drag you down into drama and stuff. You're going to stay firm. I know you are. This is where we're at on this channel now. There's no, we've been dragged through the mud already. We're not getting dragged through the mud again. Psychic insights. Your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Oh dear. So, you know, what are they going to do? We know the intuition is telling us. We know spirit is telling us to basically stay firm in the light of consciousness, in the cosmic heart here, in the heart chakra, to keep that high vibrational energy. Here, the fiery sword. Look, we've got the willpower and determination to do it now. I don't think there's any way we're ever going to slip back into the unconscious patterns that we had with this person of trying to please them, fix them, help them, keep them, whatever. I don't think we will. I think we've gained more mastery. So it's not the right time to contact this person. It's not the right time to try and fix the situation. It is better to just remember, don't let their unconscious energy drag you down. You're not imagining it. They totally care about you, but they are locking it down. They don't want to think about any sort of feelings at the moment because it freaks them out. It's painful for them. So you're not imagining any of this. And what can I say? That is all I'm getting shown at the moment. You know, that is all I'm getting shown at the moment. So I can't say any more than that. But I am sending you lots of love, lots of peace. And if you do want your own reading, obviously, we can look into it more. We can look into it more if you want your own one-to-one reading, okay? Because that is a collective, isn't it? So I'm sending you lots of love and peace. Thanks for all the support with the channel, because it does obviously help me to keep the channel going. And I am sending you so much love and peace across Gaia. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, email, fill out a booking form, and one love and peace. Just keep on rising.